Number 6 of Dana White's Contender Series, we've got a main event here in the lightweight division with a returning contender. If you remember, Dylan Mantello fought Kanan Krzyzewski in his original Contender Series matchup, I believe, last season, and it didn't go his way, but he's since went out and got wins on the regional scene and done what he needed to do to get back here. So now he takes on Ahmad Suhail Hassanzada. My goodness, that's hard to say for me. Ahmad Suhail Hassanzada. We're going to go Hassanzada is just what we're going to call him. It's his last name. It makes sense. Now, this is another close fight for reasons that are, it's a striker versus grappler fight. One guy's going to have better grappling success. One's going to have better striking success, but both guys can get it done in the other realm as well. So when we break it down, 3-2 in the last 5 for Hassen Zada, which is something strange for Contender Series. Usually you don't see that. It's usually 4-1 or 5-0. But we got 3-2 in the last 5, but an 11-3 record. So still a good record, right? 8-3 on the record, 4-1 in the last 5 for Mantello. The only loss, like I said, being to Krzyzewski, who is in the UFC now, not doing the best. I mean, he's coming off a couple of losses, but either way, Mantello only 1 loss in his last 5. When we look at this fight, there are some things I really like and really dislike about both fighters. Honestly, I think both these guys are going to struggle at the UFC level. Not because I think they're bad fighters. I just think that it's not. I think both of them are just right under that level that they need to be, and I think they can develop into that level. I just don't know that they're there yet because they both have some pretty big flaws in areas that they're not, as well versed. But we're going to break it down. And I hope they're not watching this and just getting mad at me for saying that because, you know what? What do I know? I'm just some idiot on YouTube. But for Hassanzada, decent striker. I like that he keeps a high guard. But what I don't like, and I think it might be because he's such a tall guy and like a big guy for the division, for 155 pounds, this guy's like way, way tall. Was he 6'2", 3, something like that? 6'3", I think. He's a big guy, right? And for Hassanzada, he does get wobbled when punches get through that guard, and you see it a lot. Like he gets rocked by any clean shot that lands on that face, and I don't like that for him because he's fighting Dylan Mantello, and we're going to cover that in a minute. But this dude doesn't care if you're going to punch him in the face; he's going to walk right through it. So that's a problem. Durability is on the side of Mantello. I don't like that for him. He's got a good leg kick, and he spins a lot, which he has a really good spinning back elbow, but he uses it too much. Is the problem. And if you spin that much, people are going to catch on. And I think that's what happens to him sometimes. But I do like his grappling. His grappling's good. Got a really good double leg. Gets to fight to the mat. His long limbs help him wrap guys up and control very well. Works to advance his position extremely well. He attacks the chokes. His ground and pound's very good. He uses elbows on top or bottom. Like the grappling for him, I like it a lot, right? I think that's his best path here. Get this fight to the mat. Once the distance is closed and his striking, he maybe tries to spin an elbow once and then says, oh, time to get to the mat. That'd be his best path here. On the other side for Mantello, he's a good striker who's going to stick his jab pretty well. He'll counter strike even while moving forward. I love the body kick. The volume is very good. But what I don't like is a lot of times he's willing just to walk through punches like he doesn't care because he's durable. And he'll get pieced up by guys that aren't even that good because he's just not really worried about blocking the shots because he knows that he's just going to be able to walk you down and land a power shot on you and probably put you down. So, or overwhelm him with volume as well. But what I don't like is his striking defense can like have him down and like behind on the numbers until he wins the fight. So that's not something that you want to see like going into the UFC level. If he can tighten up that defense a little bit, his striking is going to look a whole lot better. And it's not even that it's not even something that's really cost him a ton so far. Because I mean, he's like was submitted on the Contender Series last time. It's not like he was knocked out or anything. But point is, the defense is something I don't like. Even in his last matchup, which was after the Contender Series, he's getting beat up by a guy that's like, and like at the end of the fight, he won. He put the guy down, but his face is looking a little rough already. You're like, man, you didn't have to take that damage. It's just unnecessary damage that he's willing to take is the problem. He has decent wrestling as well. Good double leg, but his takedown defense can be a little suspect. However, he does bounce right back up to his feet. He doesn't stick around on the bottom. He does try to get right back up, so I do like that a lot. I do think he's going to want to keep this in the striking because he has an advantage here. And I think if he gets stuck on the ground with Hassen Zada, he's going to have some trouble. Ultimately, this was a tough fight to call. We either get a knockout from Mantello or we get a grappling-based finish for Hassanzada. Now, I don't say submission. I say it could be I say grappling-based finish for Hassanzada because I think he can also get the TKO with the ground and pound, but I think he can also get a submission. But I think grappling is where Hassen Zada wants this fight, and I think striking is where Mantello wants this fight. Tough one to call. Like I said, I believe Mantello is probably going to be willing to eat some shots to get in close. And I think if Hassanzada makes the mistake of saying, oh, cool, I'm going to keep striking with this guy because I'm landing on him, that is going to be a mistake for him. However, I'm going to trust that Hassanzada is smart enough to say, oh, I need to get this fight to the mat even though I'm landing on the feet. And I think he's going to go to the takedown. So I'm going to take Hassanzada. I don't feel super confident in that pick either. There's not a lot I feel confident in this week. In fact, there's 2 fights I feel confident out of the 3. Very much like a couple of other cards we've had recently for Contender Series. But I mean, I guess that could be a sign of good matchmaking, or it could be a sign of the UFC just being like, yeah, these guys got good records, let's put them in, even though there's really nothing to go on here. But no, this is a fight where we have plenty to go on. It's just they both have some serious upside and some serious downside, which makes me think if they can tighten up those things, they're going to have a little bit better success when they get into the UFC. So maybe they will between the Contender Series and their first fight. But let me know what you guys think. What side are you on? I won't blame you for either side. This is a good fight. But yeah, let me know. Like the video while you're down there, and check out the rest in the playlist. I would love to see you over there.